Astro's depressed. He's going, I spawned, got new stuff, and a gator ate me. So that's funny. Oh, okay, what do I want to do? No, I don't want to do that one though. I just don't feel up to that. So when Monster Hunter has said in March they're releasing 2 new monsters. March 2. Not 1, 2. me something to work at. And April's gonna get something as well. In April. May, they said they're gonna do another monster update. So there's gonna be 4 monsters in the next 3 months. March is 2 monsters, April's 1 monster, and May's adding a return of a fan favorite monster. They won't say what they are yet. We'll know more about the 2 monsters in March. We're gonna do their live letter. You know, they do that live letter like 2 weeks before they come out. Where the devs come on screen and actually talk to us. Right? And it says June will have more monsters later on. It doesn't say what it is for June, because they've already hinted at 4 new monsters. They don't want to give away too much at once. So March, April, and May, they have new monsters. February is their festival for spring. Which makes sense. Right? You don't seem energetic today. Oh, from this morning when I came in? I know I'm really like that, I know. You're the one who fucked up, so... No, you're not. Sure, you're not interested today, so let's do your thing. That's not showing. Words are words and what? showing? Why can't you understand that? Where's that too hard to understand right now? I don't feel like it, London. I told you that mood's gone. Another one of the Witcher episodes. Didn't really care for it. I never saw that. I didn't really care for it. It made no sense what they did in that episode. It felt misplaced, the episode. You've seen the show. The show is bad pacing. The pacing on that show is all over the place. Some episodes are slow and dull, other ones are fast paced and don't make sense. So do I agree with it? No. I find the pacing wrong. And it's shown with bad pacing because he has issues. And it's not with the concepts, or the story, or the actors, for that matter. It's the director. The actors only do what they're told to do. Look the way they're told to look. It is the director's common sense to know when something feels wrong. And that's where he fails. He doesn't know common sense. already invited her. Oh, smoke. Right here, jug. Give me a second. You don't have to suggest him, you know, I do have him on my friends list. Hey, Smoke. How's your day going? Well, sounds like William's having that type of issues. Yeah, you may have to rejoin for him to catch up to you. Yeah, but wait a minute, it's flashing. What do you mean it lied to you? For what? Which one? Oh yeah, cause which one did you buy? The deluxe? So no DLCs. That's because there's the initial download and then there's the co-op server that you have to download separately. Yeah, the 5 gig extra is the patches and the server maintenance. That's what the 5 gigs is, Smoke. It's all the patches that they've done. No, because it's co-op. You can play with 2 other friends. If you set a password and you tell your friends the password, they can join you no matter what level you are. Like, I could be a 300 going into your world at level 1, and I could help you. But my stats would be scaled to your level. Oh yeah, I got a max level weapon, so. If you need to get to certain points in the game to unlock the stones to level up your weapon, I have a max tier weapon already, so I can just either hit things harder than I would at level 1 than you would with your weapon, you know? Smoke. But there's a tutorial that you have to do alone. It's the, can you play this game? No. They just tell you to get good. If you fail the tutorial mission, boss, then you're forced to say get good or you can't progress. Because you can't even level until you beat the tutorial. Literally, they will not let you level until you beat the tutorial. You know what I mean, Smoke? You either have to choose a different class, start over, and go for the intro again, or get better with the weapon that you're using. Because there's 7 pre-made classes. Each one has different amount of health, different stamina, different stats, different items. So it's up to you to make it work with the build they give you. They give you pre-loadout. There's items in the world you can find. They give you a weapon, they give you a shield, they give you a full set of armor for the class that you chose. And if you chose a mage, they even give you a spell at the beginning. And the magic catalyst you need to cast that said spell. So it's literally, you have to be able to succeed. He got Dark Souls free, with no DLCs. The DLCs don't aren't very mandatory, they're not. You can do everything in the game that you would normally do without the DLCs. I got through the game, and I don't use the DLCs for my weapon or my armor. I don't use the DLC stuff. Everything I wear is base game. Linwood uses the DLC sword. Yes, it is. Your sword is DLC, Linwood. It's from the secret boss in that end of that DLC with the fiery keep and the smog and the crystal statues. There's statues down there that come to life. Yeah, but that's a skill check. I was explaining the game somewhat to him about how co-op works and everything else. He's like, it's 5 gigs bigger than what they say. I said, yeah, that's the server. He says he can play, he said, but that does him no good because all that does is let him make his character. Yeah, he downloaded the whole game. Yeah, easily. Easily smoke. Keep in mind what we're talking about. Right now I'm just playing some Final Fantasy. Now, once you summon a friend into your world and you are an Ember, as they call it, in Dark Souls 3, you can be invaded as well. But only one invader per multiplayer session, so until you die. Right, but you can summon 2 people. Right. No, it counts for both of us as one. One's for you, and then one's for having a co-op. No, not that way, anyways. Now there is an item you can buy. There's an item shop in the main hub when you get through the tutorial called the Dried Finger. Do not buy it unless you really want a very painful death. It ups the difficulty of the zone you're in, the boss in the zone, but also makes it so you can be invaded multiple times more. And allows you to summon a third co-op friend. So it's a double-edged sword. It's nice to have a third friend, but can you handle the extra invader that comes with it and the stronger boss? When you start in a boss fight with that finger active, it says you are starting a heroic encounter. Yeah. No, or even worse, that'd be like you taking your Borderlands character at level 1 and saying, I want to do 2 vulnerable. At Prestige 3. At difficulty stage 3, it's called. It's not going to be pretty. Especially with someone like you who's new to the Soul series, jumping into it like that was more than likely miscommunication. Because you'll get used to the mechanics and the dodging and the shield block and everything else. Because your parry mechanic that you have on Dauntless? That's your shield in this game. You can block an attack with your shield and attack right afterward, and you'll deflect it and they'll bounce back. You'll see the enemies while them staggering. While they're staggered, if you hit them, you can double damage. If you sneak around behind them, you can backstab them. And then you have the roll and this block itself. If you type your shield down and you do that parry like you do with your sword, you literally stagger them and you can frontal stab them right through the chest. It's the same thing from the back as well. If you get to behind them. Thing comes from that. Mm-hmm. considered a cheat. You're exploiting the system to speed up time. They took away the feature to do that. Yeah, Shelters is on here now. That's a free game. You can't do that no more. There's no more speed ups. They got rid of it. You can't fast forward your clock and then have it move. It stays at the same time. They did that because of people exploiting. I wasn't gonna say it. I was being nice. They don't like it when someone exploits their game. You know? Now that game is rough. It will kick your ass. They won't hold back. Now, when you pick your class, I can explain them to you. I can explain the gifts and all that to you. Because each item is special and each class is special. They each have their own unique weapon. No. You watch the intro cutscene and they say pick your class. And you'll notice each class has their stats. Like the knight starts with 15 vigor, which is your HP. You know? Yeah, some of those are not allowed in certain games. Yeah, because they were exploiting the store with discount codes. Games would give out some games were like that back in the day. Yeah, because Amazon has a discount for Prime members. That's literally what that is. And that's a problem nowadays. But see, the problem with that is, they could have been offline when you did it too, without knowing it. Exactly. Hitting someone when they're offline is different than hitting them when they're online. I've played my own city building strategy games before. the money hits within the group. That's why a lot of gamers don't like it when big AAA games like doing that. There's no point in them putting headshots into a game that you pay $60 for. That's why there's so much backlash against those headshots. But if you pay $60 for the game, you want the full experience, not something that's watered down. It's different for games like Dauntless where it's free. There's a different mentality for those free games than there is for paid games. And that's the honesty. The knight is your basic tank. Short sword, silver shield that can block most of the things except for magic. You see that one right away. It's the one that says literally knight. Then you have the looks like a guy in a leather hood and armor with a battle axe. You have the dual wielder with two scimitars. Warrior is the axe, mercenary is the dual wielder. Yes, but the thing is that sword, if you press triangle, transforms into two swords. It's the special ability of that sword. Me, I do the polar opposite. I choose the one at the very bottom. It says waste of skin. You start at level 1 with no perks. Yeah. Which means you have to find armor or buy armor to survive. Every weapon you find or buy, you get nothing handed to you. That's the more balanced class, because it starts with low level, so it's easier to level it starting out. So, but you also take a huge risk of the tutorial. It's for people who know how to play the game. Because they can start at level 1, right, it's for level 1s to min-max their character no matter what they want to do because they know how to play the game. They know what build they have in mind already. So they can instantly just pump points into that at level 1. It's for the pro build. It's for the pros build. The knight is the new class. Because they have medium defense armor. It's plate mail. You know? You're a little heavy, so you need to put some points into this stamina while you get more carry weight up. You fat roll with it at first. But it has 15 bigger, so you start with the most health at the beginning. So you gotta figure health versus and defense versus a little bit slow at the beginning, or you can go with the warrior, which is the axe and has leather armor. Right. Or you can go the dual wield route, which is a more dex-based class. I will recommend you don't do healer, the Clergic at the bottom. It is tempting to have a heal at launch, but it's not worth it. Having the Clergic is useful for the extra heals that you can use with spells, but it's not worth it. Not at the beginning. The Clergic. They have a wand that does white magic and no attack capabilities. They start with a black magic sorcerer staff and a broken sword. Like a dagger. They can cast spells like Soul Arrow, which is like literally, it's an arrow like a bow that's made out of energy. And it comes out of their wand. But that costs mana, and mana is finite. You have a blue bar called FP that you have to manage. The only way to refill it is to either drink a blue flask, which you earn later on, or rest at a bonfire with monsters that respawn. So it's a good way to start, but it's the harder class to start. Because you start in cloth armor, literally paper, a rope. You start in silk robes with a staff and a dagger, and a rubber shield. It's a piece of leather on a stick. Not really the best defense. You're fast as hell though, because you are in light armor, and you can fast roll. But they have the most potential when it comes to spells and attacking with spells than any other class. Then you have the balanced class, or as they call it, the noble. They can read the names off. They changed the name in 3. Pyromancer you don't want. Pyromancer is basically flame magic. But the problem with that is most flame magics in this game are buffs. Or if it's not a buff, it literally just drops it at your feet, which can cause collateral damage because there's no fourth wall there to stop the damage from hitting you. Most people start with the knight because it's balanced and has a lot of health starting. And then they branch off from there after they get their stamina to where they can roll. You can up any stat you want. There's no requirements on what stat you cannot up. As long as you get the souls, you can level any stat you want. Right, because there's a sorcerer NPC in the game and a Clergic NPC in the game where you can buy spells from. You won't find the mages until later on, like the 3rd or 4th zone. Something like the Pyromancer, you find in the 2nd zone of the game. He's trapped in a cage and you have to free him. Which ones do you have to choose from? Okay, so when you die in this game, you turn hollow, which shrinks your health. The life ring gives you back that health you would have lost. You can buy those later on. They're actually cheap and easy. That's a healing item as a pinch item. That's a one-time use that will fully heal you. Same thing, but for mana. That's a potent firebomb that does triple damage than the normal firebomb. You can't buy those until very late game. So it would help you on the first boss if you wanted it. Fire gem is for adding fire to your weapon. That's a soul item, so you can get more souls to level up when you first start and get out of the tutorial. That's so you can donate to a certain covenant. That's for invasions. The young white branch is for when someone invades you. You can have the monsters, your AI monsters, attack the invader. There's also another one that does that I just said. So, honestly, the best item to take starting out, if you can aim them, would be the black fire one. The light ring's not really required. Because you can find a +1 once you look at the bigger one, which does more than the normal. Unless you want an extra pinch healing item, because you only get 5 heals in the tutorial. But once you use that flask of healing, it's gone. So, everything you're picking is a consumable, except for the life ring. The life ring's an accessory that you can equip and leave on. It'll give you a permanent health boost while it's on. Yes, that determines your weight and your carry weight. Well, upper body big. Because you don't want big legs, because you want to be able to move. Right. You want to have the legs slim so that you can move fast, but have an upper body so you can carry. And you can fine-tweak that stuff. There's an advanced menu for that. But if you just want to get into the game, you can just choose the presets, like upper, top, heavy, and stuff, you know? Upper muscle. Then you have to name your character. And if you want to play a female, you have to be female. And don't worry about your hairstyle, because you're never going to see it. You wear helmets 99% of the time. And when you're not wearing a helmet, you're either because you're dead or your helmet is broken. And if you're dead, you look like a mummy, so you don't really want to look at that.
And you should find yourself in the chamber of the ultimate weapon.
You know what I mean? You don't want to look at a decrepit husk of a mummy walking around. So you're going to want to wear the armor just so you don't have to look at that nasty shit. I mean, there are hats that don't cover your entire head.
Keep your eyes peeled.
But because they don't cover your whole head, you're leaving yourself open for weak spots in your defense. Your armor actually relates to where how you're walking. Like, say if someone shoots you and you're in leather armor, Well, you're gonna take more damage if they hit you underneath the arms or between the legs. Creases.
Tell me, for whom do you fight?
Yes, it's precise. And if someone shoots you in the head and they hit you in between the faceplate of your helmet, guess what? You take double damage.
Do you believe in Eorzea?
So it's a matter of
Eorzea's unity is forged
how you want
of
to play it,
falsehoods.
you know, Smoke?
Its city-states are built on deceit.
If you want
And its
to
faith
open
is
head,
an
yeah, you can
instrument
do it.
of
You're going to be more
deception.
vulnerable. And there's a lot of monsters in the game that use
It is
ranged
not
attacks,
but a cobweb of lies. To believe in Eorzea is
like
to
crossbowmen,
believe in
archers,
nothing.
you know.
In Eorzea, the beast tribes often summon gods to fight in
And
their
being
stead.
open at the head is
Though
not
your
smart,
comrades only
seeing
rarely
as
respond
your head
in
is the weakest
kind.
part of your body.
Which is strange, is it not?
Yeah. L1 and R1 are your attacks,
Are the 12
L2 is your
otherwise
shield
engaged?
bash, and
I
R2
was
is your
given to
charge attack.
understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat
L1 is
the
parry.
trick that served you so well in Cartano and call them down?
One is parry, but both L buttons are shield buttons.
They will.
One is parry, one is
so
block.
long as you lavish them with crystals and gorge them on ether. Your gods are no different
And if
from
you touch
those
triangle,
of the
you go into
beasts,
power stance.
icons,
You put your shield on your back.
except for this, and you will see how Eorzea's fate is
You swing
bleeding
harder,
the
but you leave
land
yourself
dry.
open. Because you don't have a shield.
Nor is this unknown
goes onto
to
your
your
back.
masters, which prompts the question, why do they cling to these false deities? What drives
So it's a
even
matter of
men of learning,
judging the
even
characters
the
and
great
knowing
Louis
their
Smock,
strength,
to
length, and
grovel
everything
at
else for
their
each
feet?
blade?
The answer,
It's doable. It is.
your masters lack the strength to do otherwise.
Yep, that's an archer.
For the world of man
That's
to
what I was
mean
telling you about.
anything,
And
man
some have
must
throwing
own
knives as
the
well,
world.
so be careful. There's different
To
types
this
of
end,
poison
he
and
hath
different
fought
element
ever to
throwing
raise
knives that can
himself
throw
through
you.
conflict, to grow rich through conquest.
Oh, one
And
more
when
thing.
the dust of
If you ever
battle
see
settles,
a white
it is
skull
ever the
symbol bar
strong who
filling,
dictate the
move.
fate of the weak.
That is curse. Curse instant kills.
Knowing this,
Drains you from full
when a
health to
single
death
path
with no
is
warning.
open to the infinite ruler, that of false worship, a
It's
path
auto
which
death,
leads
basically.
to innovation and
It
death.
takes your ember away and it kills you.
Only a man
And then
of
shrinks your
power
health by
can
half.
rightly steer the course of civilization. And in this land of creeping mendacity,
So
that
you don't
one
want to get
truth
cursed no matter
will
what.
prove its
You'll know when you
salvation.
see it. It pops up a bar on your screen with black filling up to it.
Come,
And you'll see a white skull.
champion of Eorzea, face me. Your defeat shall serve as proof
As soon
of
as you
my
see that, you need to
readiness
roll away
to
from it.
rule. It is only right that I should take your realm, for none among you has
Oh,
the
and don't
power
feel
to
safe
stop
around
me.
boxes. There's a thing in the game, a monster called the Mimic. If the chain is facing backwards, it's a regular chest. If the chain is facing forwards and going straight in a wiggly line, it's a mimic. Mimics will void of a chest to have wary adventurers come at them and then eat them when they try to open the chest. Boom's first day in Dark Souls 3, I fed him to a mimic. No! I fed him to the wolves. He wasn't too happy. He survived, but he was not happy. Yeah, so the best way to know if mimic or not is the chain. There's a chain on every chest. The chain goes forward for mimic.
So hard pressed. Your strength is.
And I was sitting there
most
giggling the whole
impressive.
time, Smoke.
Such power befits a ruler.
I enjoyed feeding him to the mimic.
Yet, You lack the resolve
You didn't quite
to
enjoy
put
it.
into
I
proper
don't know why.
use. A waste.
So you going on to help him when he gets out of the car on him? Because you know, I won't be able to help him right away. Because of the fact that more people means longer and more invaders. Plus, you're better off at helping low levels than I am. But it'll tell you when you get invaded. It'll pop up on the screen. Someone has invaded you, and it doesn't tell you where they are. Or a madman. A madman is a purple spirit from a special covenant later on. Covenants are guilds. You need to be in a guild to get special powers. Like, me and Boom are in what's known as the Sunlight Covenant, which is a covenant that lets you give you lightning.
Hero. To do that.
Yep, that's the tutorial boss. The Coiled Sword Fenrit. It takes a moment to get up, and your damage does register. He's the get good boss. You either have to beat him or we can't help you. And you can't level until after you've beaten him.
Bear witness to the true power of the Ultima weapon.
There's also an item called Oil Urns. If you find these items called Oil Urns, put them on as well, because they boost the power of firebombs. And it does double damage. So if you take a 3 times firebomb and hit him with an Oil Urn, then hit him with a firebomb, that's 6 times the damage. You see? And now that you pulled that sword out, he's going to stay active, Smoke. You won't have to do that again. So next time you go in there, be ready, because he will be on top of your ass. Okay? Some moves are unblockable. That's why you need to know how to roll. I told you that. Keep dying or you'll learn how to defeat them. It's got a matter of learning the boss's touch. We can't help you with that. But the boss does have a rhythm to it if you can figure it out. They have a set pattern and tells for every move they do. You gotta learn these tells. That's why Dark Souls is considered hardcore. It doesn't hold back. It throws you into a hard boss at level 1. Okay? That's where I found that. the demon smoke, you can think of it in your head while you're fighting. There's a certain flip of 1 2 3 swing. It's usually the boss's
But
patterns
the
from those
ultimate weapon
bosses.
is all-powerful. Why does my enemy still stand?
The swing is when he would hit, usually.
Can her strength truly be so great?
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
Yeah, he jumps up. He has this move where he jumps. And he's using what's known as a
Acts
halberd.
under the protection of the crystal she bears.
So, this is what empowers her.
He uses a halberd, so if you roll backwards, you're rolling into the sweet spot of his sword.
If you are to
The blade
prevail,
tip.
the hammer of darkness must needs be brought to bear upon the
Right, you have
shield
to
of
roll
light.
forwards.
And so it shall, for the ultimate weapon is host to a power of which you are as yet ignorant.
Speak plainly, Ascian.
Now you can lock on to him, Smoke, with the R3 if you want to, but the lock-on mechanics are bad in Dark Souls.
An enigma
You're better off
whose
not locking
surface
on.
even the vaunted scholars of ancient Alec failed to scratch. The magic within has
They
lain
change
dormant
your
for eons.
roll to a strafe when you lock on.
Of what magic do you speak?
But it lets you track where they are
A
if you lock
spell
on.
without parallel.
But the
Ultima.
tracking is, yeah.
I sought the life force of the primals for no other reason but to quicken the core. For the true power of the Ultima weapon lies within its now beating heart.
At a certain point, he's going to transform into a black dragon.
Oh, Rhea, what have you done?
No more than was necessary.
Remember what I told you,
For my
Smoke,
God
every
to
monster
be
in the game is part
reborn.
dragon. When you get them to halfway, they transform.
The hour is at hand. Behold, but
it's a slime
sliver
dragon.
of my God's power.
Yep. The tree arm is the coiled sword that you pulled out.
From the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, the world shall tremble. Unleash Ultima!
Good, there should be a bonfire in the middle when you finish killing them. Touch it and rest. Yes, that's how you recover dead souls.
Such devastation! This was
Yes.
not my intention.
So you got them all back.
Oh,
Now you need to
Heidelin,
touch the bonfire,
it seems
heal,
the task of keeping your champion alive
and then go through the door on
has
the other
exhausted
side.
what strength you had left. Van Belsar,
No, that's
your
New Game
enemy's
Plus.
shield is broken. The rest
Oh, you gotta hold
to
the
you.
dodge button. There's a jump button too, but you can program the jump button.
Ascian. But first, I must deal with you. The question of who is mightier remains. Come, adventurer.
Circle.
Let us find the
You have to hold
answer together.
But that means you can't roll when you're running. You see the catch there? Yeah, that's the Ember effect that we talked about. Now you gotta go out the door that's closed. and fight off a few more enemies and go inside the giant cathedral. There's a woman there, standing there, that tells you to put the sword you picked up in the fire. Those are enemies. So that's the tutorial boss. No. What'd you think? That's what I said. Yes, he was easy mode. Those are all NPCs. Yeah, they give you a warning. The second time they will attack you and kill you, and then they become hostile. And you're forced to kill them. And when you're killing an NPC, it's permanent. The only way to get the NPC back is to go into New Game Plus, which means if you kill the excellent hero at the levels, guess what? You can't level until New Game Plus.
The misguided elevate the frail, and the frail lead the people astray.
She'll tell you you have to put the fight. There's a circle in the middle of the room. You have to put the sword into the circle before she'll level you.
The cycle will never be broken. You
get to talk to her to get the plot.
See the truth in this. You who have the strength to rule.
Yes, level up is where you put your points in. And you'll see all the different stats you can level. And how many souls you per level. Now you're using dragon souls for levels. Remember, everything is part dragon. That's based on you. Did you? Before any of that, though, you need to up your carry weight. You need to up your carry weight. Your armor's too heavy right now.
You boasted of unrivaled power. You were entrusted with the ultimate weapon, the ultimate magic. And still,
right now you need to work on your carry weight so that you can roll.
So much for the glory of man.
Vigor's help. When you're looking at the stats, Smoke, if you go down the list, you'll see it highlights them. It tells you which one it will do.
The growing imbalance afflicting the planet must be redressed.
You want to raise your stamina and your carry weight.
If it is permitted to worsen, the very laws of existence, both etheric and physical, will be warped beyond all recognition. Know you the root of this corruption?
And your carry weight.
Hydaelyn. Like a parasite,
those
she must be
up.
burned out if the planet is to recover.
Yes.
And not but the return of
the
one true God will ensure her complete excision.
No, that's your poundage.
Yet, to pave the way for the Master's return, a chaotic confluence of untold proportions must needs be brought about. And that will necessitate the presence of the primals. Needless to say, Both you
Your
and
character,
your
so
scion
it says
accomplices
55, but that
cannot be
means you're
suffered
at
to interfere
55
in this
pounds
endeavor. You will
for your
not
carry
leave
weight.
this
That's
place
not percentage.
alive.
You understand? It's carry weight. It's poundage. It's not a percent. It'll tell you the
It
percent
is
in your status
past
screen
time
when you look at your
flames
character profile.
extinguished. Bringer of light.
You have to do the math. 50% of whatever your weight is. You have on. So for every 1 pound piece of armor, you need 2 pounds. Yep. There's only a one side of it that you can actually stand on though to put it in. So you gotta find a little indent in the circle. Yeah, it's easy. There's a woman sitting in a chair. She's your item shop. And then there's a no need to get into that yet. No need to get into that yet. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. You know? Yeah, where that lady is sitting in the chair, keep going straight. She's right there. He's up there with her. And he's gonna ask you, would you like to devote a flask to magic? Now, if you devote a flask to magic, it means you can no longer use that flask for healing. You have to counterbalance. After putting the coiled sword into the fire, we'll talk to the lady again, and she'll say, go to the certain zone and find the Lord. And we'll give you an option to teleport. Some of them turn into invaders later on, is what it is. We can't help you. AIs, no, AIs are considered solo fights. You cannot have help for an AI fight. They don't mind you getting help for the bosses and the small fries, but AIs, if you want to actually kill said AI, they want you to have that moral conscience fight on your own. She sells your soapstones and everything else. She sells an item called a white soapstone. She also sells armor if you don't like your armor. Well, we don't need it. He doesn't need it yet because technically we go into his world, not the other way around. It'll be there later. You need a certain badge for it first. Okay, you're gonna want to buy the embers because those embers. Let me finish. Embers are what you use to rekindle your soul so you can summon people again if you die. No, that's what you earn later on once you get higher level. Those aren't going to go away, they're going to stay there. No, that means you can only buy that many of that item. And then she has armors that are still like limited as well later on. What else is there in her shop? That's for curing poison. You don't need that right now. Those were those bombs that you threw at the boss. Don't need that. It's just a drop item for marking your location. Homeward Bone takes you back to the bonfire, but it costs souls. To buy them, it costs souls, so there you go. You need that to join other people's world. They can see that sign and summon you. You kind of need that. It's the co-op soapstone. Like when we join your world, okay? We have to use our soapstone to ride on the floor, and then you touch the soapstone and summon us. Hit the options button, go to settings. Then once you're in settings, it's network settings. You want network settings. Yep. You choose the password that you want to use, Smoke. For that moment. We have to use the same password if you want us to join. Yes, if we join your world, we have to type that password in. Invaders don't have to do that, though. That's why I said it's important that you make a password that's easy and simple. Of course you will. What? Okay. Now he can join you when he goes in. Now he can help you. Yes, no one else is there right now. You have to find NPCs in the world, and when you talk to them, they come back to that shrine. You won't find any other NPCs until you actually go out and talk to them and you meet their requirements, and they say, "Oh, you have a place where I can go? Oh, thank you. I'll go there right now." Yeah, it's one of those scenarios, Smoke. Now the shop will change at certain points in the game. You'll find these things called ash that will enhance your shop. And every time you kill a boss, you can buy that boss's armor in the shop. Now the tutorial boss doesn't have an armor in there because you haven't truly killed him. He comes back later on stronger. That's why you don't see his armor in his shop. His armor will come up later when you kill him for the second time. When you rest at the bonfire, it'll say teleport on the bonfire. And there'll be one location you can go to. Yep. Attune spells how you equip spells, but you don't have any spells or any spell sockets. Bone shards make the world harder. And you're having a hard enough time starting out. Yep, that's your first actual zone. You're no longer in the tutorial was gone. But yeah, the loading screens are information about the game. He doesn't have any of the hauling stones because he's new. Options, to bring up the menu. Yep. Inventory. He wants to know how many embers you have. It'd be in that list somewhere. It's that red crystal you saw in the shop. You should have one or two of them from doing the first boss. That's proof he doesn't have any of them. None. He's got his one ember that he has automatically at start from beating the first boss. No, he can. He's embered. When he beat the boss, he became embered. You're at the high wall, right? If you look around, there should be a sign on the ground. Like a yellow sign. Looks like words. Don't worry, there's no enemies right now. Not until you light that first bonfire. You can roll through boxes, Smoke. You don't have to hit them. Your weapon has a durability. Hitting them weakens your weapon. Yep, it'll say, now summon. And you get to see his character in person. And he's probably gonna drop you some embers so you can keep going with him. Ember. No, drop. Discard destroys. Figure it out quick, Linwood. He ran ahead because you can tell him to wait. But he tried to drop him, Linwood. I told you you did the wrong thing. Now you should have some to help you play the game. So that can wait. You gave him members. Be happy you got that at least before someone invaded you. He gave you embers in case a troll kills you with smoke. You know? You should have waited to give it. As soon as you saw invasion, you should have backed out of that menu. They're trolls. That's what they do. And then resummon him. Wait, did you die, Smoke? Okay, so yeah, you need the ember. So if you had ran away and he just fell off a cliff or something, you know, it'd be different than if you died. Have you embered? Okay. Sit at the bonfire to heal your flask. It heals you. Here. It auto repairs all weapons and armor. Yes. Unless you don't repair them ahead of time. Like, say you go longer and you don't repair them, and they break, you have to go see the blacksmith, and then he charges you souls to fix them. He'll charge you souls, the blacksmith will, if you break your weapon. Yes, that's it. Have him touch it. It'll give you more things than I will. You'll see my character later, Smoke. You know? It's a ring he gave you. Equipment. It's an accessory. You can have 4 rings. You have to pick each slot separately, or to pick up the one you're wearing. You can't sit with him in your world. As soon as someone joins your world, you're no longer allowed to sit. That's how to keep trolls at bay. That's good. You gotta lead him then with not just run off. Remember, when you're helping Smoke, you gotta treat him like you would Osman at first. That's what they call the backstab. Now, don't you love the backstabs? And the backstab changes depending on the weapon you use. Like a rapier will pierce through the heart. A long sword uses through the butt. You know? Each weapon. Warn you. If you drop down on someone's head, they can hit you from above. Never turn your back on a foe, never jump down. face mode. And never let your stamina run out. If your stamina runs out, they can parry you, stagger you, and hit you. That's for when you're ready to level. Yes, souls are a consumable that you use to get souls for leveling. Yep. Right. You never want to use them in advance. Only when you need to. Another way to use them is to tap them and then go to the shop and spend them, you know, on items you need. Or some moss for healing poison or something. No, you can choose when to use them and how many. The big slime dragon. He looks like one of those and he transforms. That's your first dex weapon. It's a bow for long range. That's good if you don't want to use magic smoke or you're out of mana. You can throw arrows at the enemies. You know how those work. Bucklers are meant for the crossbow. It's how you can aim with the crossbow. That's lightning paper. It puts lightning armor on your weapon for a short time. You can grab the dragon off and shoot with arrows, that's why. You understand? just gonna shoot the dragon until it runs away. I know it's tempting, but you can spawn there. You can go to that bonfire instead of the first one. Right. I was getting ready to hop on if you guys want to summon me at that second one.